I think that much of the media has a bias toward conservative principles. And I think that it would behoove all media to reach out for the facts. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen because I think there is a agreement of basic principles between a lot of the media and Biden's administration, just like Obama's administration. If Trump was the nicest guy in the world at the root level, I don't think much of the media and those who work for the media agree on the basic fact, I think fact, that America was founded on principles. Yes, slavery existed for way too long, and a compromise that yields certain folks to be enslaved while others aren't is a pretty lousy compromise. I think there's a lot of context, there's a lot of reading to be had, but that this nation is formed on principles that did not always live up to and still don't at certain times, that there are principles to attain to, not that certainly exist, but the freedom to work wherever you want, the freedom to go to school wherever you want, the freedom to worship however you want, as long as you aren't violating the laws of murder. If your religion says that you can kill your kids because they disobey, we would say, okay, we're not okay with that part of your religion. If your religion says it's okay to steal from other people, from your neighbors, you would say, no, that's not something we're a part of either. There is a certain ethos, a certain philosophy of civility that comes within America, and I think those are Christian, God-based principles. And if you think that this nation is the scourge of the earth, is rotten to its core, and the only way is to completely destroy it, I'm not saying that everyone in media thinks that way, but I don't think it's possible to be unbiased when you do not agree with the basic principles of the administration. And that goes for both sides. I just think that the majority of available news resources, opinion and just straight news, does bend toward the left. And I think that has shown itself time after time. I read a lot of news, too much news, and you really have to read more than just the headline. You will read something, and Washington Post is just terrible about this. I read them all the time, but the Trump administration will see a headline and 12 that makes you think, oh man, Trump is just the worst. And you go down 12 paragraphs and it's like, oh, that's not what he said at all. They admit it in the article, but way down. You gotta take some time, get on the can, get your legs asleep and just go for it and just read the whole thing. It's like, oh, there's the truth. Gotcha. And it's not good enough, like I said before, to read Fox News so you know, because the Fox News will report what CNN says, MSNBC, these other news outlets, and New York Times and CNN will report what Fox News says. That's not the best way. If you happen to see something that one news article says about the other, click that link. They're always going to have a link. 99.9% of the time, you're going to have a click here, or they're going to have certain words highlighted that brings you to that CNN article. Boom, get over there. Read it for yourself. I think that's the best way. A lot of people read the news from the other side through the news of their side, and it's not the best way. It is a lot of work to be not ignorant and educated in what's happening right now, but it's important for you to take some time, prioritize it maybe just a little bit more to understand what's going on, because when things do happen and you don't know what's going on, you have no context whatsoever. And I think that you may head down the uninformed road based off of just that one headline that you're seeing.